Okay, Ojika, haven't seen you in a while. What's been new with you? A new world to explore. Ojika Sujika has a message for you. Welcome back, Addis. I just had a word from Arenville. Seems like he's managed to secure passage to Tural aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go to inform your travel companions? It should only take a moment. I don't know about that theme song. I'll never... Like, it sounds like London Bridge is falling down. I'll never not hear that now. My fair lady. You just have to make some, like, Final Fantasy XIV versions of those lyrics. Oh wait, where did my... It doesn't keep my big backpack in cutscenes, goddammit. Aw. I got the tiny backpack. Ojika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Arenville himself. There he is. And he already looks done with everything. Ah, you're all here. Took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tural. There'll be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Arenville. I doubt anyone had expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. I mean, I kinda did. Warrior of Light entering a new land? No fanfare, pomp, you know, some fancy shit for me? Oh well, whatever. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now is the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tural, yes? You know, it's been long enough that I actually don't remember. Aren't we supposed to help her be like King of the Pirates or something? Not my brain. Not King of the Pirates, King of Tural, shit. I'm gonna be King of the Pirates. We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliyollal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawnservant. Wow, their eyes look so, like, glassy or something now. I'm so distracted by... God damn it. Every graphical update thing is gonna make me, like, get super distracted now, isn't it? In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. Man, can you guys, like, leave Garlemald alone? I feel like they've been hand-holding Garlemald the entire time, which I'm sure Garlemald, despite its complaining, appreciates it, but let them be their own fucking country again. Twins don't have to do everything. By visiting Tural, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsebard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Krya? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawnservant. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which was accompanied... Oh, wait, in our archives. It makes me think about, what is it in the prequel? Star Wars prequels, where they're saying the planet is not found in the Jedi archives because somebody deleted it from the archives. Well, same thing here, I guess. Somebody's been deleting shit from their archives. Nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. Oh. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the Stoic Servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. I mean, I don't really have a choice. This is an expansion. I can't hang out in well, I mean, I can hang out in Ishgard, but there's nothing new to do there. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. We won't make you Dawnservant by standing here and talking about it. True. I go wheresoever adventure is to be found. Let's be realistic. We won't make you Dawnservant by just standing here and talking about it.
We won't make you Dawnservant by standing here and talking about it.
Ha! A man of action. Right then. If all are still committed on this journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. It's a big ship.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Yeah, sure. Am I eager? I mean, what's unknown after you've hit the edge of the universe? I would think at that point you've kind of, not that you've seen all there is to see, but I mean, that's kind of hard to top, but yes.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Though Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
I mean, it's going to be in a cutscene, right? So none of this is actually dangerous to us.
Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough, disappointing me so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
What? Oh, why does she have like a cartoon sound effect on her?
It's nothing new to us.
All aboard!
Initially, I was like, where's that cartoon sound coming from? I was like, oh, it's her head turn. Okay.
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks.
Oh, Aaronville's the narrator this time, huh?
We sail west, as Cattenrand did some 80 years past.
Oh!
Bound for the new world.
Oh, he's actually
known to our
smiling.
children as the
It only took an
continent
entire
of Tural.
expansion for that to happen. Or he's just happy we're leaving. Don't worry, Fortune, I'll be back.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Wuk Lamat.
That's a very King of the Pirates pose. I'm gonna be King of the Pirates! Like, on the mast, no doubt. Yeah, she just slips, whoop, 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 whoop. Falls in the water, has to be, like, fished out. Adding new stuff on the map. Fantasy Americas. Oh, look at that water effect there, huh? Alisaie's so short she can barely look over the side.
Smooth
They need
sailing
a
so
growth
far.
spurt pretty badly.
Aye, so far so good.
Was not expecting a voice out of that guy like that.
But this sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
Watch Aaronville be like a motion sick kind of guy.
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew Tural was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact.
Oh, wait, who's that
I
guy?
was able to learn a few things about Tuliyollal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself?
Oh.
I'm sure you have questions of your own.
Alright. Just gotta start somewhere.
Did you look out across these same waters, Grandfather?
Is he gonna let me run around the ship and interact with NPCs then? Oh, it is! Oh, there's my backpack. Yay! Alright, Mr. Mamulja. I see you in Eorzea before. You great and famous hero. Well, you're very correct. God, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Oh, he was just pretending to sound like he couldn't speak English very well. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we have come home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Ketan Ram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tural almost 80 years ago. The Mamulja's leader is said to have welcomed Ketan Ram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. Some nice plates and cups. But the real treasure were the crops he brought back. Popotos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The tales say Ketan Ram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during the last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. That's why you gotta do Aetheryte travel. An adventure, I presume? I'm a merchant myself based in Ul'dah, specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It's not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. For the Mikote, the Hetsaro, the Hrothgar, the Zabra. Not because every member of a given clan is out of the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Ugh. I have to memorize stuff? At least they're probably not going to test me on it later. Swarthy Sailor. Oh, this is the guy with the weird accent. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who sat next in the Dawnservant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession. You young Wuk Lamat being one of them, of course. I can't hold that accent. But from what a Mamul bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to rest their coin on the 3rd promise. Alright, who did I miss? Oh, the fucking Ellison guy. Hello, Mr. Ellison. Oh, this will be my first visit to Tural. It's French, right? Or it's supposed to sound French. Fontain's the name. I was working at Eshtame's Aesthetics in Ulda, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawnservant welcomes all, regardless of origin, and so Tuliyollal seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. That's the spirit. Completely uproot your life and move somewhere else. People do it all the time. Did you learn anything of interest? Kind of? Oh, I hadn't even heard that about the clan names. We should have Wuk Lamat and Erenville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. It's giving me vibes of the original Limsa Lominsa intro.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
Oh. Oh, of course she would have the motion sickness. not somebody cool and collected like Erenville.
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick. I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Okay.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Technically.
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shetona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Tural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name.
Oh. His father just ran off?
As for my mother...
Uh-oh. Some drama. Oh, no, no. Oh, I wanted to hear.
Where are the teeth of the narrow lads? Reef that sail for the last snaps!
Oh dear.
Wait, what? What are we supposed to do? Hang on for dear life?
Watch! This wind's too strong to take in your
Oh, he just flew off.
Below decks first! Quickly! Before he's washed overboard!
Come, we should lend whatever
Radio
we can.
drama outside.
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
It's a big
heaving
storm.
Waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
What? Why did it do a freeze frame?
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
Oh my god. Oh! What the fuck?
What an extraordinary life he must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
He's got the gift.
Wuk Lamat, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
Okay. Where did everybody else go? It's just like left by myself here.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air?
Sure.
Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
How did she get over here in the first place? Didn't she have to take a boat to get here?
Seabirds.
Or no, she took an airship, huh?
Land must be near. You
Actually,
need
wait a
only
minute.
hold
Why
out
didn't we
a
just
while
take an
longer.
airship? Did I miss that?
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Okay.
Good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat. Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliyollal's coasts. Come.
Okay, his skin's definitely updated. It's the beach vacation filler arc.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
Wait, who's it? Who are you waving to? Oh.
We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm.
I've heard this guy's voice somewhere.
Everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Where have I heard this guy's done some voice in 14? And, oh my god, it's gonna drive me nuts now. Not like a major character. Somewhere. I don't know if he had the same extreme accent, though.
Then I better not let you down.
Hmm?
Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
Ah, it's me from the trailer, kind of. I don't like that face. I don't like what they did to my character's face.
Great adventure.
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, Tural.
Yay. God, so many white screens blowing out my eyes. There's like 5 white screens. It's so bright. Oh, what is this music? It's not what I was expecting. Interesting. Oh, like I'm playing Sam and Max Hit the Road. It's very colorful.
Gods. I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
See, I don't think she should get her hopes up for Garlemald, because this is clearly a very different place than Garlemald. She's like, we're going to get some ideas about how to mix cultures in Garlemald from here. I don't know. I mean, you could try.
Is that a... No.
Oh,
I've
Vanu
never seen
Vanu.
Vanu feathers in that colour before.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Tuliyollal are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Can you just make airships again? Is there anything preventing these guys from doing airships? Seems a lot safer than boats. Maybe quicker?
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented.
Oh no!
Are there some forms we
You
should
don't want to be
fill out,
undocumented
or-
people.
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You'd think the Warrior of Light should be able to run around undocumented as much as he wants.
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next Dawnservant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tuliyollal?
I mean, that's... it's a little tricky because, I mean, we are technically interfering by helping Wuk Lamat, right?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Please, accept our apologies.
These guys are very animated.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Yes, you do that.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tuliyollal.
Thanks. Let's immediately go to that Aetherite. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. I feel like the bombastic quality of the quest completed is a little better than... the quest start music is a little too soft, almost. This one is like more smashing you in the face with the brass, but like the other one, I don't know, it's almost too gentle compared to the Endwalker and Shadowbringers like intros that we had before. Okay, Nation of Tuliyollal. Oh no. Weapon coffer? I mean, I don't want to be rude to my hosts, but 645 weapon is kind of worse than all the ones I had. Oh, whatever. Okay. Right. First things first. Oh, she's still ill? Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I should very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Just show me to the nearest taco stand. Aha, we're wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Wuk Lamat, are you unwell? Just needs to puke it out. No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. Sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if we're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Oh my god, this guy's hair is awful. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much more when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Wuk Lamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. What do you mean by technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so as to attract less attention. He's technically ignoring me then. Gaddis, you and Kral can come with me. I'll take the twins then. Oh, I want to hang out with the twins, goddammit. Oh well. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuk Lamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Ugh. Tuliyollal's falling down. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Aaronville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from World of Tural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliyollal's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Alright, I should mention that here in Tuliyollal we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu Pelu created. But don't worry, more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your gil. Oh my god, I'm hearing the London Bridge is falling down in this music too. London Bridge is falling down. They have that same tune in this. I'm never gonna get it out of my head. There's also Wakameki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. Haha, I can't wait to see the look on your faces. What do you think of that, eh? The Aetheryte? Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tuliyollal? I think I told you before, but my brother Koana spent 3 years studying in Charlian. Is that the cat boy? He fell in love with the nation and its ways and brought back to us knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warned me— wait a minute! If she attuned to the Aetherite, why did we even need to take the ship? I mean, I guess she wanted to assist us. But she could have avoided her motion sickness by just, teleporting back. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is a gate which leads to Tural. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post along the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Here we are, Bright Plume Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyollal and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally, Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zeral Jah took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawnservant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... What? I didn't... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and Alcei should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time I showed you the Skygate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Please say it's voiced. Damn it. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yok Hui. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Wuk Tural, the southern lands of the mother, and Zak Tural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiark. But getting back to Zak Tural, those lands are also part of the Tuliyollal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He unites the people of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tural have been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he's built. How are you going to do that? Just like smack everybody when they start to get out of line? But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. I like how my character looks like he wasn't listening to a goddamn thing. He's just like, ooh, big building. I like the big buildings. Like, what? Crossing the bridge to Zak Tural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the Rite of Succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawnservant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I do wish we could go there right now.
I wish we could go there right now.
Be patient. I swear that once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. What? So I don't get a travel permit till like the fucking end of the expansion? Because there's no way she's gonna be made king of the pirates, you know, before then. Alright, well. Oh, whoops. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyollal is like any other place I visited. Unlike. Did I say like? Unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. The City of Stairs. We'll head west next toward the Arch of the Dawn. My brain is still thinking about dragons. The Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tuliyollal certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of the sea, let me know and we'll continue on. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. I'm still struggling to conceive how one would construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This is originally the site of Yakhui Temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Zak Tural to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yakhui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliyollal. We climb these sets of stairs here, all the way up. So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Wuk Tural clans. Mamulja, Zabral, Pelupelu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have the Tanawatwatwa, Hetsaro, and Shitona who moved south from their ancestral lands in Zak Tural. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tuliyollal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? Big. These look a lot like the ones that, not the Vanu, that the Ixal had. I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies. We only find balloons here in Tuliyollal. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Sharlayan, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was about 3 years ago. Wait, so he didn't bring back airship plans? I mean, that's probably what I would have expected from Sharlayan, not dirigibles. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. That's enough about dirigibles. The Arch of the Dawn awaits. We ran around so much it's already almost nighttime. This is it, the Arch of the Dawn. When the Giants were still here, it was known as the World of Tural Land Gate. But when Papa founded Tuliyollal, everyone began using its present name in honor of its great achievement. Through the gate is Kozama Uka, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozama Uka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Alpaca? Yeah, it's a little alpaca. Super fluffy. Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends? What? Why is she trying to lie about that? Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. Maybe one of them bit her. You'll learn soon enough, Kyle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. I want to pet an alpaca. Did we work our way back to the beginning? This place looks cool at night. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyollal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Oh. I need to end the quest there. We're gonna get an actual cutscene then? Saga in stone. Kral regards the stone pillars curiously. Please don't make me, like, check each one out. just describe them. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations. But if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. No! Don't make me click on each one. Stop. Okay. The event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel. What? Okay. What is this event? I swear to God, if they give me like a history quiz, I'm gonna flunk it. My warrior of light is here to lead, not to read. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamul Jah. Oh, this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Galul Jaja, in his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyollal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. How long ago was this? There's no better way to learn how Tuliyollal came to be. Study them as long as you like. Immediately exit the cutscene. Wait, can I? Hold on. Oh no, I can't just leave. Oh, god damn it. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts a scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer isn't it Ket Nagam or whatever his name was? Oh, Ketenram. That's the one. Ketenram's arrival in Tural is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. Shouldn't she know that, though? If you're gonna be a leader, you should know all those details. I don't have to worry about being a leader, so I don't need to know that. It's said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood, but no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Was he a human? It's hard to tell from here. Ketenram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. If I was a suspicious person, I'd say maybe this Ketenram isn't actually dead. But who knows? This one recounts the lay of her past. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is one of Zabral, like me! No! What the fuck? Come on, game. Ah.
A few moments later.
Part 2. Skip past the first pillar because I already read it. At least it didn't do it doing something like super exciting that I wouldn't be able to like redo. Because that's always a bummer. Okay, let's try this again. This one recounts the lay of her past. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zabral, like me. For decades, the Zabral and the Mamulja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The actions Papa took to end that conflict have been since hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuliyollal. There's a clan of Hrothgar and Bosja known as Hellions, I think. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. This is very like drow lore. Yet here in Tural, Zabral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. Oh, whoops. Shit. What did I just click? The people Alphino almost mistook for Vanu Vanu. Oh, the Hanu Hanu? If not for the colorful plumage, you spent a fair bit of time amongst the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's not a surprise you took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kozamauka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly, the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. If you're done with the first half, you can move to the second. Sure. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in Urquapacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliyollal's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Alright. The Lay of Proof. That big fellow is the Yakui, the largest of Tural's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Tural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northward, setting their sights on Tural. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urapacha. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in this city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? Blank pillar. It's for the future? Oh, this one's unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliyollal's history, whatever that may be. Just one pillar? They've already filled in quite a few other ones. Oh, this one's my favorite, the Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidral Valargamanda. Oh, that's the one that people were saying is from... was it Final Fantasy VI? I should explain. A Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to its preternatural power. Tataru described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valargamanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for its destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the Urquapacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Valorgamada is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tuliyollal's national emblem and adorning the banners of the palace. So they can't kill it? They only sealed it? Time for the god killer to kill a almost god, I guess. Had your fill of history then? Yeah. Oh, it's the quirky music. What's gonna happen now? Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now I think I'm ready to eat again. Tacos! Let's go and have ourselves a bite of local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. Like the sound of that? I want tacos. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I'll take 2 birria tacos, an al pastor burrito. You have any gordita crunches? Granted, that's a Taco Bell version, but I will still eat it. Have you ever had tacos? Have I ever? I literally had just some the other day. They're Tuliyollal classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Zablav Thai Best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Brook Uvu. These names are confusing my mouth. Okay.
Brook Evu!
Brook Evu.
My companions must sample your heavenly tacos. 1 for each of us, please.
1? Please. I need like 5. Come on.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
One taco is never enough. I don't know what she thinks she's doing here.
Did you hear the Silver Scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Gossip?
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawnservant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
What? Why is there just a fade to black? Where's my tacos, goddammit?
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Oh, no, my tacos! If they step on it, I swear to... Oh, somebody's getting murdered.
If it isn't the 3rd promise.
Oh, no.
Is this one of her brothers? Maybe not.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
2 different heads talking 2 different ways.
Of course, that's it. Wuk Lamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
I mean, I know he's being a dick, but like, that's not wrong. Didn't she need our help?
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor!
Glory on your name, brother.
These guys are obnoxious.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
This gets to the point. What do they want?
Another child of the Dawnservant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family.
Oh, so this person doesn't like the dad either.
Unlike the sneeveling housecut, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawnservant.
All peoples are equal in Tuliyollal. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Does that mean an Elzin could be the ruler? I'm pretty sure that would throw a lot of people for a loop.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I could take care of all of them.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Oh, please. I notice how they don't say anything about the Warrior of Light. Pick a fight with the Warrior of Light and then find out how strong you are, or you think you are.
Listen to me, you.
It's just like a fucking high school bully. See you later, squirt.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro.
Oh, I've seen the other two before, because they're basically models taken from Final Fantasy XI, but not necessarily this guy.
Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubiko and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Because it's essentially like two kids in one, I guess.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
Gonna meet the Papa?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuk Lamat know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
She said tacos. Say it right, Kryl. Go on.
So it goes.
Tacos. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliyollal cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter or even the eastern side of Talonmarch if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Valak's Shunsa. Ah, my poor empty belly. You made it! Good! Then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Oh no, this is a long one. Upon speaking to Erenville, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside a sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Good, as long as my internet doesn't fucking cut out during it. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly corals. I understand it all too well. Charlene had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home, and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what he might be— Wait, impulsive? Is he not friendly all the time? There's no telling what we might be in for. Okay. Maybe he's gonna challenge us to a fight immediately. I'm not dressed for fighting. I'm dressed for vacations. Oh, Estinian? Should have figured he'd be here already. Wait, he's doing the cool trailers shit? That's supposed to be my spot.
When did he get here?
Ah, you piece of shit.
More to the point, why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So
it's supposed to be me.
Crossing blades with.
He's a big dude.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Hey, Estinian. Oh, your face is a little different too now.
Know that you are the strongest I've fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
Well, if you like strong characters, how about you try me out? Yeah, it's really shiny armor now, too.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
Hey! See? He knows. Thanks, Estinian.
I see you, warrior.
He can just tell. Or maybe he actually knows I'm the Warrior of Light. That would also be helpful.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tural.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
It looks like, because everybody's got the super shiny skin now, it looks like Estinian's actually slept a bit. He doesn't look tired anymore. His skin looks healthier. What's that fucking meme? My skin is refreshed, my crops are watered, etc., etc. Like, Estinian's actually doing pretty well in this environment.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years.
How old is he?
The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Oh, interesting.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamati?
Lamati.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Okay. I'm assuming the bully doesn't call her that.
Oh.
Hmm?
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now.
Oh, he actually had a nickname too? Didn't want his actual name being
I took
spoiled.
the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then.
It's almost like he had a hard time saying it. It's like, I don't... This alien name, but okay.
And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand.
Oh.
I will summon the other claimants at once. Then I shall leave you to it.
You're not gonna join us? It's gonna be all independent.
Good fortune, my friends.
Come back. Hang out. Ah. Oh, it's that green cat. It's a very colorful guy in the middle.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Kona.
Oh, Kona. Okay.
The third promise, Wuk Lamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja. You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawnservant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young, and so I look to thee always for inspiration. The right of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen,
Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well.
Alright, makes sense.
Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Ew. He spits when he laughs.
Us to compete against. Oh, though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
I want to talk to this guy.
Our brother was in Wuk Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Wuk Tural.
Okay.
And find the City of Gold.
The first person to find it wins?
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
Are you for us proof my unbroken word? For I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
Okay. So we got an actual witness?
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same.
They didn't go in?
But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
What? Give me a fucking Aztec iPad? Oh, it's like little versions of the pillars. Okay. Oh no, they're gonna test me on all the history.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step.
Oops, fuck, I didn't mean to click that.
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
This is kind of involved for a guy that just like arbitrarily sealed the city at some point.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't
Couldn't somebody just follow the other guys to each location then? Like if they were too lazy to do it themselves?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
You talk like that, you're not gonna get it at all.
Now, I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Oh, she's gonna ask him about the grandpa.
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my order some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
It's a good thing everybody else left. Conveniently left the space, leaving only us, so they wouldn't overhear stuff that might be, like, for our ears only.
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
Telestinian, since he's not in this contest.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawnservant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Okay. You're releasing me from the cutscenes now? No.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this?
Is that a real question, Arenville?
Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil.
I've been lured by more content.
If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Is it actually going to let me say that? Let's see. Come on. What?
Life is a series of journeys, my friend. And there's no time.
I wish I was with Graha.
But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it.
This would be hilarious if I'm thinking back on all these things they're saying, like, be true to yourself. What do you really want? And it says, I don't want to do this. And just rolls the credits. It just advances you all the way to the fucking end.
Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
Okay. Wait, these are basically the same. This reminds me of in Stormblood, I believe there was a part where Alphino asks us, like, you know, how do you feel about what we're getting into? You know, with Lys and Girabania and all this other shit. And there's an option that says, to be frank, Alfie, this isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. I feel like that is like the truest. See how far we've come, where I had 4 options of things to say in Stormblood. And now we get to this and I only get 2 flavors of the same thing, unfortunately. I want to see where this journey leads. I've made my decision and I mean to see it through. Yeah, I guess I made my decision. We're locked in. Buckle up.
I've made my decision, and I mean to see it through.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawnservant's revelation.
Just give me a couple cool action moments and I'll be happy. This guy's so shiny.
It's Seralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliyollal's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Seralja.
Uh-oh. You gotta, like, push this dude over.
Take heart, tiller of the soil. The Resilient son, blood heir to the Dawnservant, has heard your pleas.
Seralja, the first promise and commander of the Landsguard. Seralja, the palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Seralja is indeed the natural child of Gurul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Seralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales.
Oh.
An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
So the head that's hidden looks like Zeralja's head? Huh. Okay.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman. A gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists.
Oh. So the blue shiny actual sun may or may not be a warmonger? I mean, expansionist can mean several things, but...
This puts him in direct opposition to Wuk Lamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Zeralja.
Oh, actually called a warmonger, okay. Why is she all weirded out by that?
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zeralja's ambitions.
What, is my echo on the fritz or something? I have not received a single one this entire time.
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire.
Oh, right. Hers is not... Okay, so like everybody's echo apparently gives them a different kind of ability, right? So like the Warrior of Light's echo lets them essentially see a scene from that person's memories. And also apparently, this is lesser known, but apparently you feel the same thing? Like the emotions that that person had? But Kryl is one of like, she can sense emotions or some shit, right? I don't think she sees entire scenes the way that like our echo does it.
It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Alright, so we got two people saying this guy's not a good thing. What about Kryl? Use your echo vision on this guy.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences, more dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawnservant.
Oh, I'm making a fucking prediction right now.
Excuse me.
Thancred and Urianger are going to probably be butting heads with us. And Urianger in particular...
As always.
If there was any allies that this guy was going to have, I bet it's going to be those two. Going to have a little friendly competition, I think.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Yeah, because this guy... Well, maybe not so much Thancred, because he's just always kind of along for the ride, but Urianger would certainly be intrigued by this guy's approach.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliyollal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuk Lamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Okay. all the big cheers for this asshole?
Cheer the lesser claimants.
Is it just because he's got 2 heads? Well, some of them aren't impressed. Nope. Are you gonna beat up somebody just because they shook their head at you? I don't need a leader like that.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawnservant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyollal. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your deity.
Yeah, fuck this guy. But he's like too obviously evil. What is gonna happen with him, I wonder? I mean, they could be very boring and have him just be a bad guy all the way through. But there could be potential for him to be interesting if he's not always like that.
Peace in Tuliyollal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
Like, maybe he needs a nice wake-up call to kind of, like, knock him out of his ideas.
Winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
Wait, so where's... She didn't come out? Did I miss? Was I not paying attention when Wuk Lamat walked out? Maybe I wasn't.
His policies and so forth? I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawnservant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class.
Oh.
And all others forced into subservience.
That's just regressing.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Yeah. So we got... It's unfortunate that both Mamulja are flagged as baddies. That was one thing I remember when I was talking about the potentials for these claimants, like back, you know, in post-patch for Endwalker. It's like, are they going to do the boring thing where the people that are presented to be aggressive that also happen to be Beast Tribe people just also are, like, completely flagged as typical evil, you know, aggressors? No, man. Like, you could have done something interesting. Like, make the... Well, that's also predictable because he's got glasses. You make the Catboy, like, also evil as well. Or something. And maybe make one of them not... Unfortunately, Kryle's fucking Echo almost makes it mandatory that Zoral Jah is the bad option. You'd almost hope that maybe somebody sensed wrongly about him. Like, hey, bad first impression, but actually maybe a decent guy. But no, now... It's like we've already established the 2 Mamulja are just assholes. Oh well. Oh, and she came out and they were already gone. Oh god. Why did they just all leave? You know, but oh well, okay, there's a couple people that cheered. Just not nearly as many.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, third promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turali way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
I mean, technically, wouldn't the Catboy also be in for peace?
Until Tuliyollal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuk Lamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
Okay.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
You sound like an AI voice.
Did you know Wuk Lamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Oh, uh-oh, gossips.
Of the Dawn's promise. I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Talk any louder, why don't you?
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
I mean, okay. It is mean for people to gossip, but I do also have to consider this is a leadership position. If she really hasn't been doing squat up to this point to even prepare herself for a leadership role, that is a valid concern. The green cat boy has been bringing technology and advancements, which seem to be very important to their culture. The warmonger guy has been protecting their land and expanding and doing stuff that ultimately seems to help the people, even if people don't like the warmonger aspect. I don't know about the other guy. The other guy's just an asshole. But amongst her actual adopted siblings, they kind of seem like they're doing a better job. So she's got some work to do. I don't think it's enough to just be like, I want peace for everyone. Okay, but, and this is me being an older person, just being maybe cynical. What does that peace mean? What does that entail? How do you enforce that peace? Because you're going to have to. And what's your long-term goal? Because you also can't just stagnate. Because the brother actually has the right idea about, bringing new innovation and advancing people. I mean, it's fine to want peace and it's a noble thing, yes. But I think in the grand scheme of things, every other nation is advancing. I mean, fuck, we got Ishgard taking some pretty drastic steps recently in terms of advancement. Maybe not so much Gridania, but a lot of the other nations are doing their part to kind of grow and change as needed. And this place needs to continue that trend as well, unless they want to fall behind. It'd be peacefully in the back lines, compared to everybody else. So I am expecting that she's going to need to have an interesting character arc where she actually grows up a little bit, because, if I'm just doing first impressions on all these guys, she's not, like, if I gave her a pop quiz hotshot, how are you going to bring peace to this place? I don't know if she'd be able to answer that.
Better, Wuk Lamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack.
Okay.
A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Don't say like strength of heart or something.
Thank you. No,
that's not useful in terms of actual, like, leading people. You gotta have something more tangible, honestly.
Well, we ought to be on our way.
Because that's the thing, like, I would never
hurry
say...
along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
I would never say that, like, for example, Gaddis, Warrior of Light, should lead anything. I know better than anybody. He's not a leader. He's an ass kicker, and he does what needs to be done. But he hasn't... Not only is he not really a leader in terms of material, but he doesn't want to lead. So, knowing kind of what you're good at and what you should do is also, I think, a portion of it. Unless maybe this character's arc is realizing, like, she doesn't have to be a leader to get the things she wants accomplished. I guess we'll see. I think this is why I was referring to the Stormblood stuff before, where Gaddis can't quite relate to this stuff. If I'm interpreting my own character's feelings right now, he's like, yeah, this stuff's cool, but it's like, if you need me to kill something, I can do that. But if you need me to help you be a good leader, aside from telling you what I've seen doesn't work at other places I've traveled to, I don't know how much help I can actually be. So much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connections to the Tuliyollal saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go take a look. Oh no. We're gonna get another unskippable cutscene where we, like, put one against the other one. Ah, the music when people have to figure out how to get shit done. Everyone has a tablet? Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. Okay. The verdict is... Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawnservant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tural's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. And we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliyollal saga. The events the glyphs portray, do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. I mean, you probably need to do them in order, right? Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was the nearby Hanu settlement. Oh, it's disappeared. Papa took me there once. It was during a festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelupelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently it ravaged World of Tural several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. Oh no! Curse you, bad storms, having me to talk to 0 of 3 or 8 or however many people. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Oh, thank you. Well, you gonna do it correctly, though? It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. You get like a fancy inn here? Oh, it's those little, like, it's the little mini houses that are up on stilts or whatever. Foundations. That's right, the reservation is under Wuk Lamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the 3rd promise. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Zableb. Greetings, visitors to Tuliyollal, and welcome to the 4-Ard Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I'll show you to your rooms. I just stand there weirdly. Everyone walks off except for me. Am I supposed to go to bed now? Oh, apparently not yet. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Gaddis. Dude, I have a house at home. It's much nicer. I need to fix up my house, actually. But where are Aaronville and Wuk Lamat, I wonder? Oh good, you're all here. Oh, we got representatives from both of those places. That's good. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we needed information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? I'm honored that the third promise would seek my advice. I, too, am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Oh, God. They're like Lalafels. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will be doubtless other occasions when we need to act independently, so I brought these for the two of you. Wait, what? Communicators? Oh, I guess they don't have link pearls with us. What's this? It's called a link pearl, a gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. Is that so? What a handy thing to have! I guess stick it deep in their ear. It'll be very useful in our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. The Tuliyollal saga features a number of Tural's clans. Two of those, the Hanu Hanu and the Pelu Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds, and their home village, Oke Hanu, is located in Kozama Uka. The other smaller fellow is of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from Uripacha. Didn't we say this already? I'm getting like deja vu. If they've already told us this information, we don't need to say it twice, right? Okay. Wachumpelo, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, why don't you pick that— oh no! Is this the same thing that they do in, like, Shadowbringers and Endwalker? Are we getting split? Like, you pick this one first, but then you also have to do this other one later. Pick our destination. Oh my god! Okay. The main scenario will branch into two quest paths. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from I love birds though, so I'm probably going to pick the Hanu. Second quest path will become available from the respective NPC once you've completed the series of quests from the first path. Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by your initial choice of path. Speak with the NPC you prefer and embark on the trail. If it doesn't matter, why even have the choice? Why not just start with one and then you go on to the next one? It's such a weird thing to do. It's the illusion of choice, right? Like, oh, you could pick either one to do, but ultimately the rewards are exactly the same. Let's do Hanu. I love birds. The quest to Uripacha will become available once you've completed the quest beginning with the helpful Hanu. Let's do it. To Kozama Uka.